What's going on YouTube? Nerd vs. Fad back again with a video. This video is going to be a haul from both Second and Charles and a small toy show that we had. I'm going to go ahead and start with one of my favorite books that I actually found, and it was at the toy show. That's going to be G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe 46, and it's actually signed by Larry Hama. So that's awesome. I've been wanting a book signed by him for a while, and to get this one for only $4 is pretty awesome. And not to mention it's a Snake Eyes cover. So the next thing is going to be what the thumbnail was, The Amazing Spider-Man, 1 of 2. I didn't really like these movies. I went back and watched the first one, and it wasn't as bad as I remembered it, but I mean, I just don't like Garfield for some reason. Um, but with all this talk, like in the True First and stuff like that, I don't know if this would be considered this Spider-Man's first appearance in comics. So I thought I'd pick it up just in case. Yeah. None of these are sorted as usual, so you guys get surprises. There's Injustice 1. Read this first year of it. Fantastic. Probably one of my favorite reads. Um, the story is gruesome and had me on the edge the entire time. I can't wait to pick up the next trade and read it. But I happened to find this one for 50 cents at Second and Charles, so I was super excited. I didn't know that it was a second printing, but I don't care. It's still a nice cover. Next up is Wonder Woman #1. Don't know anything about this run. Just love the Terry Dodson cover. So that's the main reason I got it. Got Superman Lois Lane #1. It's a one-shot. I enjoy Lois Lane. I've always kind of thought of myself as, I guess, relating to Superman, and my wife is actually a journalist, so kind of that Superman Lois Lane dynamic. In fact, our one of our wedding cake toppers was a Superman and Lois Lane themed. So I definitely will be reading this one. Hopefully, it's good. Next one I found was Injustice. This is from year 2, and this is #1. Also found year 3, #1, which reminds me, I just watched the Justice League Dark animated movie, and I loved it. I always wondered what the point was for Justice League Dark, because I mean, why wouldn't the regular Justice League respawn? But that movie definitely explains it. So yeah, that's definitely cool. Let's do this one. I also found Injustice Annual for year 3, #1. And I'm so behind on bagging and boarding these. I don't have any. I need to go to the shop. It's one of my least favorite things to buy because I know I need them, but I just hate spending money on them when it could be going towards other comics, you know. Next one I found was Justice League 36, and it's the Lego variant. So shout out to Simon Comics. He loves building those Lego sets, so that's really awesome. I don't remember if I showed these. I know I did on Instagram. Justice League 30, 31, and then I went ahead and picked up 33 just because I like the cover. But those are the first Jessica Cruz. I don't remember if it's. I don't think it's in costume. I think it's just her character in general. But still, I've been picking that up since I found out about Jessica Cruz like a couple years ago, and that's been paying off lately. All the books that I spec'd on previously that I got for dollars, they're going crazy, especially like the Ronin books right now. Probably gonna have to sell a couple copies of mine. This one is really awesome. This is gonna be Star Wars #1, and it's actually the Fan Expo variant, which I didn't know was even a thing. I mean, I know Fan Expo was a thing, but I didn't know they had this kind of variant. So that's a really awesome one. And all these were 50 cents, so I mean, can't beat that. There's Deadpool 23, and it's the Alien homage. Definitely cool. Injustice number 9 from year 4. I'd love to pick them all up, but this one took precedent because of the sharks. I'm trying to put together a little collection of shark books. And then I also found Civil War number 1, and this is the Scotty Young variant. I don't know how I feel about Scotty Young. I like him and then I don't like him, so it all just depends. And let's see. Next book. Smallville Lantern number 3. I've never seen this one before because I usually see this one number 4, which I'll never turn down because Superman with the whole Green Lantern thing going on, definitely badass. Next book, which I hadn't had in my collection, Adventures of Superman 500, all the cameos of all the other Supermen who followed. Definitely cool. I believe this came from the toy show. It's Batwoman 0. It's a gorgeous cover. I'm not sure who did it, but gorgeous cover. It was only $2. Along the lines of the $2, I found a First Bishop at the toy show, and it's a newsstand, so that was pretty cool. And then they had a whole box of blank covers for $5 a piece. I happened upon 3 of them that were in the $2 bin. So there's X-Men, X-Men number 1, sketch cover, Uncanny X-Men number 1, and Uncanny X-Force number 1. I would love to get sketches on these. I have like 20 or so of them. Always say I'm gonna get a sketch, never do. To be fair, I tried one time and the artist kind of half-assed the work, so it didn't look very good. So I've kind of been hesitant to do it, but I'll still pick them up for cheap. Found Paper Girls number 1 for 50 cents. Love that series. Not caught up, but it's definitely a great find. Serenity number 4. I'm a big Firefly fan, and this cover, first off, is gorgeous. But I haven't read very far into the series. I think I only made it a couple of issues. I've seen these around before. I never picked them up until now. I think it's Amikami Girls. I'm not sure. Kind of like an anime version of the female characters. Definitely interesting. Got 1, 2, and 3. Definitely 3 is my favorite. I really like their take on Jade. Okay. The next one I found was DC Universe versus the Masters of the Universe. Number 1. It's a really awesome cover. I might actually pick up some more of this series and check it out. This one, I didn't even know this existed, and that's Red Hood: The Lost Days, number 1. First off, that's a badass cover. I really love Red Hood. He's probably one of my favorites. So yeah, I really want to read this series, but I could only find 1 and 2 from the 6-part issue series. But definitely both great covers, so check out that series if you can find it. Next thing was Suicide Squad number 1, or New Suicide Squad number 1. And I know Fire Guy Ryan was talking to me about this character who was Joker's daughter, and kind of looked into her, and she kind of bounced around in New 52 and never made it out. But I'm definitely interested in this team, this take on the Suicide Squad. I got quite a few Tomb Raider issues. I wanted to get them when they came out, but I wasn't interested enough to spend $4 for them. So, but they're gorgeous covers. Hopefully they're not a bad read. There's a number 2, and ooh, okay, so number 2, number 4, and I should probably figure out who did the covers on these, because I love this art. Let's take this here. Number 5. No, let's. No, maybe no. That's worse. All right, we're just gonna roll with it. Number 8. Number 9. Number 12. 14. 16. And 18. So if any of you have read this series or enjoy Tomb Raider series, just give me a comment and let me know. So today I actually went back. There was a book that I was curious about, didn't look it up, and when I got home I ended up looking it up and realized I should have picked it up. So I had to wait over the weekend because it snowed and I didn't want to get out in that, and I didn't have a chance to go until today, and thankfully it was still there. And that is Body Bags, the ash can, and it was only $1, so that was pretty fantastic. I saw it on the app, and I think it's going for a little bit, so that was cool. Next thing I got was Artemis Requiem number 1. I don't know anything about this series, but I really enjoyed Artemis in the Red Hood Rebirth series. So we'll see how badass she is in this one. It was only $1. Now this one I mostly got because it was signed, but it's an interesting cover. It reminds me of that Rag series that everybody's going crazy about. I kind of skimmed through it. It's kind of like a zombie story with I don't know. I just skimmed it. It didn't look like an impressive read, but I thought for a signed book I'd check it out for $2. This one was a surprise. Oh, there's 2 books in there. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. So I got this one. I picked it up and I was surprised that it was an Art Germ cover. I don't ever see him doing male characters, so to see this badass looking Green Arrow, I definitely had to get it. It was only $2. It's Justice League Rise and Fall Special. It's a one-shot, and I think I looked at the time, but I didn't pay attention when I was deciding on whether or not to buy it. It also had Justice League 43 on the back, so hey, whatever. Next thing I got was just a read. JLA Heaven's Ladder 100-page spectacular. It's a one shot. Don't know anything about it. Looked cool. It was only $2. Don't mind paying that for such a big book to read. This one has been going around. I think it might be something to do with Old Lady Harley. But I mean, first off, it's a sick cover. I think it might be a Jock cover, not positive, but Batman Beyond Unlimited number 13. Paid a couple bucks for that one. Switch it up to Marvel a little bit. There's Avengers No Surrender, $6.75. This is a variant cover. Who is Voyager? I wanted to get this series when it came out, but I don't like paying my $5 for Marvel issues. That's just ridiculous to me. So $2, yes, I'll take that. Then this beautiful cover. I had seen this before on the wall at the shops. The colored version. It's Detective Comics number 1 from the New 52. I'm not sure who did that cover, but it's a gorgeous Batman and Joker cover. Creepy. If you haven't seen the color version, definitely check it out. But I mean, I couldn't let it go for $3. And then the last thing I found today was actually on the front, and I was surprised that it was. It's Infinite Crisis. And it was a 2-pack with number 4 and number 5. And I'm pretty sure this number 5 is the one that everybody's going crazy about with the Blue Beetle first appearance. So, if it is, awesome. If not, still cool books. Go ahead and pull some more here. Keep it rolling. I got this mostly because Star Sapphire and Reverse Flash. Don't know who the other two dudes are, but I thought that this was a really interesting cover. I'm looking forward to checking out and see if it's a good read, but still cool to see villains like that. Got this, I don't know. I looked it up on the Key Collector app after I had bought it, and I don't know if this is a reprint of that one because it looks too clean to be an older book. I haven't cracked it open yet, but Giant Flash Annual. Apparently, it reprints a bunch of these stories, like origins of the story of these other characters and stuff. So I don't know if that's for real because it showed that it's a kind of a pricey book if it is, but I mean, either way, it'll be a cool read if not. Now this one I was surprised to find. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 611, the Scotty Young cover. I didn't know this was such a hot book. I was looking at the prices on eBay once I got it, and I was pretty surprised. So definitely a good find for $1. I'm not sure if it's a little bit sun faded because the reds don't look as vibrant as what I've seen, so that might be an issue, but I don't care. I'll go ahead and show this off. It may not be anything to anybody. Adventures of Superman 501. I always just thought this was such a badass cover. Superboy looks super cool. I don't know, it's just something about it. It gives me some nostalgia feels. So, and I actually didn't have it in my collection, so to find that, the regular one and the newsstand one, I was definitely okay with paying $1 for those. I think I've showed a couple more. Found the Justice League of America at 27, the Exorcist homage. I've been slowly picking up all those homage covers whenever I can. But here's a couple more. This is probably a long ass video. I didn't even check. 18 minutes. Yep, nobody watching yet. Found the A Moment of Silence, like the September 11th tribute. I had always wanted to check this book out, but I had never seen it until now. So, excuse me. That was a pretty good find. Found New Warriors #1. I think this is the first appearance of them as a team. Not positive about that though. Also found another copy of Detective Comics Annual #2, which has the Klansman in it. Found these 3 issues. Phantom X #1, #3, and #4. I know he was a pretty hot character for a little while, so I'll definitely check that out. Also able to find some Young Avengers books. These just keep popping up everywhere for me. Found #10. I think that's the first cover appearance of Kate Bishop. Was it 6? I think that's. Ooh. Okay. Hey there. Splash page. One of mine is Star Comics, and the other one's Monster Lair. Your shop. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think this is the first time she's referred to as Hawkeye or something along those lines. And also, I think another character discovers her power, something like that. I don't know. It's just one of those books. Here's a Young Avengers special. It's number 1. It's a one-shot. Just thought that'd be a good read after picking up all those other ones. No judgment here. Don't know what this was. It was kind of a weird, like, manga comic thing going on. I didn't know. Definitely takes from the I don't even know how to explain it. It's just a one of those books. Okay, it was just $1. I didn't look into it too much. Space Jam, awesome. First off, $1, definitely a good find. To go along with my last video, that unboxing. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. Here's X-Men Unlimited number 45. Awesome Phil Noto cover. Definitely trying to build up my collection of his work. I really love it. Let me see. We'll do this one. I feel like I had heard. Oh no! See, disasters happen live. I feel like I had heard of this book before, so I just got it. I haven't looked into it yet or anything, but the Trouble with Girls number 1, and I thought that was a pretty. Actually, no. We'll save these. We'll do another. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop there. So thanks for stopping by. I'll have another haul shortly, and take care.